saltwater fishing kit. Okay, this is made by H&H. This is kind of an all-inclusive, all-in-one kit. If you're looking to maybe to travel here, just do some fishing for a couple days. You know, it just depends on what you may need it for. But I did have some people reach out and ask me about the kit. Hey, is it worth the money? Is it something I should pick up if I'm coming to town? I'm only going to be here for 3 or 4 days. I don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on tackle. Should I go ahead and buy it? You know, honestly, I've never really looked into it. I live here full time, so I didn't really have a need to get something quick and get something that maybe I could choose for a couple days. If I go to Destin or Panama City or Fort Walton, I usually bring my enough equipment with me. But hey, it's a good question. We get a lot of tourists, a lot of people coming in from out of town, and they're curious. Hey Josh, trying to save a few bucks, can I just get this kit? And it kind of gives me everything I need. Let's see what it's got in it. I just picked it up maybe a few days ago because I had got some messages about it. So let's pop it open and see what's in it. And I'll give you my honest review. Break the tab on it. Set that to the side. And let's pop her open. Now, before we do that, it does say what's in the box on the side. Now, a lot of people will be like, well, it tells you what it has on the box right here. To be fair, some people don't know what this is. They come from out of town. They're not sure what a GoldenEye jig head is. They may be from more of a freshwater environment. I'm a perfect example of that. Being in the military for years, I lived up north. I lived in Washington State. People would tell me all the time, hey, go pick up this to catch brown trout, to catch rainbow trout, to catch salmon. I looked at them clueless. I had to do my research. This was prior internet. So a lot of magazines, stuff like that. So I get it that when people read this, they say, oh, cool, that's in it. They really don't know what that is. So let's go ahead and take a glance at what's in the box. And once again, this is made by H&H, an amazing lure company who's been around for a long time. And I actually got them pulled up here on my iPad just in case we wanted to dig a little deeper into some of the lures. All right, so right off the bat, I see some traditional, old school H&H styrofoam corks. No weight, it's not weighted. You know, this is the old school 2-wrap styrofoam fishing cork. 4 inches, slotted, unweighted popping cork is what that says. It gets the job done. I will say that about this. It can get the job done. One thing I don't like about this, it's unweighted. So you're gonna have to have some type of weight, either a weighted jig head or a pinch weight, some type of weight to help you cast to get a little distance with this cork, which is fine. You just got to keep that in mind. So, yep, that's. Let's go ahead and we'll open one up here. If you don't know what it is, it's just your traditional H&H popping cork. It's got the plastic. If I can get her undone, there it is. The little plastic stick in the middle. So basically what you're doing here is you're doing a double wrap of your line, going through, taking the stick, pushing the stick in to keep that string tight in the cork, and it keeps itself wrapped along your string. You got your leader, well, not even a leader really necessarily most of the time, just your line extended to your hook. So not a bad cork, not a terrible cork, definitely not the first choice of most anglers. All right, moving right along. Let's see what we got next in here. All right, we got H&H Rattleeyes shad jig heads. It says shake me. So those actually look pretty cool. I can't say I've ever used them, but it's got some big red eyes on it. It's called Rattleeyes shad jig heads. Let's see. Jig head is designed to attract fish with its one-of-a-kind rattling eyes. Rig them for your favorite soft plastic lures for amazing results. Okay. These actually do look pretty cool. I've never actually had the opportunity to use these specific jig heads. And it just looks like, what the difference that I can see here is it's got bigger, the eyes on the jig head are enormous compared to your normal one. And it is rattleized eyes jig heads, which is kind of cool. So it does make a little bit of noise. It says shake me on it. But I actually think this wouldn't be a bad pair if you wanted to fish under a cork with your favorite soft plastic. So it does say on the box, it does say here on the box, it's a $35 value. So that's why it really kind of intrigued me to see what was in it. And it was, I think, right around $15. And in no way am I sponsored or endorsed by H&H. I just have used it lures over the years. It was the first time I've ever seen a box like this from them. Okay, let's see here. All right, the next one is, let's see, TTF, Texas Tackle Factory.com, Killer Baits. Can't say I've ever used this company, but it does look like a pretty traditional jig heads and lures. Excuse me, soft plastic. It's big minnow on top. Trying to read that. Just pretty big there. Paddle tail soft plastic. Let's read a little bit more about this. It tells other products that they produce: jig heads, premium weight fishing gear, fishing leaders, and the original Alameda corks. This may be the company that produces or sells the Alameda corks now, the rattle corks. I am not familiar with this company, the TTF company. It does look like a pretty durable, solid paddle tail product. So it would be a good option for you to use if you're coming to fish saltwater here on the coast. Now, it wouldn't be my favorite, necessarily my favorite color to start with, but you know, for 15 bucks, you can't really be too choosy if you're looking to save a few bucks. All right, let's see what's next in the box. Let's see here. Okay, this is getting more traditional, what I like to see. All right, right here we got the Kakaho Minnow Double Rig. This is an extremely good setup here. I've caught many speckled trout on this setup right here. This was a very popular rig in the 90s. Used to do a lot of double rig fishing in Oak River in Louisiana, Twin Pipelines in Louisiana. This was a popular way to fish in the 90s in Louisiana. And actually the colors that they give you, the Kakaho colors they give you here, is the tuxedo with the green, they call it, the tuxedo with the short truce bottom. And I can't say I've ever seen the tiger striped with the chartreuse body. Check that out. That's pretty cool looking. Now this would be on my short list of things to start fishing with. We'll have to see what else is in the box, but I like this. I like this. This is a good one here to have as an option. So we're going to put this one to the side here. It's one of the ones I really like so far. All right, let's see. Let's pull out what's next in the box. Okay. So another pack of H&H 3-inch Kakaho minnows, and this may be the, let's see, the Morning Glory color. It's almost like a dark, man, it's hard to tell there. Let's open one up and take a look at the color inside here. Let's open this up and see what kind of color we got, because for a minute it almost looked like avocado, but the closer I got to it, it's definitely not avocado. Okay, it's called Morning Glory. It's almost like a black, but it's got the red and silver flake in it, and almost a black body. That's a good looking color right there, especially for dirty water. It's definitely a good looking color right there. Got the chartreuse green tail on it. Another exceptional option if you were looking to come here as a tourist for a couple days, want to grab one of these boxes and give yourself some options to catch fish with without breaking the bank. I like this one. It's another one I like. Can't never go wrong with H&H's Cockahos, H&H's Sparkle Beetles. You can never go wrong. Let's set this one to the side here. It's another option I really like. And I tell you what we may do is at the end of this, is to give this box away. Maybe we'll do a giveaway at the end of this, and you know, maybe somebody can get themselves some free lures. I like that idea. All right, next thing in here is the TTF Killer Baits again. This is that same company from earlier. I actually like this color a little more. This is more of a pinkish, in Louisiana we would refer to, or Mississippi we would refer to as shrimp creole. Shrimp creole-ish pink color. I really like that color. Let's open these up real quick. Take a look at what's in here. Oh, I really like that. And the name on top of this one is a Killer Minnow. Now, I do like this one more than the other one. This is a pretty cool looking pinkish shrimp creole-ish color. I know I use a lot of ishes in there, sorry. But this color really intrigues me here. I could see this paddle tail having success here on the Gulf Coast for sure. I really like that color there. And it's not so big. This is more, it looks like more of the 3-inch. It doesn't say the size on it, but I'm gonna kind of guess and say this is probably more of a 3-inch paddle tail. All right. Yeah, I like these. These are intriguing me. I might end up keeping these. Let's set these to the side and put again another one on the keeper side. Okay, man, there's still some more stuff in here. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, so now this is more of the traditional style jig heads that you see from H&H and a lot of people would use right there. 1/4 ounce jig head there. H&H. This looks like it might have a little age on it. But look at the color of this. It's like a mustard yellow. Can't say I've ever seen a mustard yellow jig head, but not that I was actually looking for a mustard yellow jig head. But there's 10 in a pack, 1/4 ounce. I mean, you can't beat that. I mean, this will last you a while. These are some, you know, very usable, good jig heads. I've had a lot of success using H&H jig heads in the past. So another solid product that come out of the box. If you haven't seen their jig heads before, let me open this box up and give you a closer look. See there, of their jig heads. I mean, it ain't gonna blow you away. You know, I know there's a lot of great jig head options out there now. Depth grip jig head is pretty popular nowadays. You know, there's a lot of jig head options out there. You got the Academy brand. You know, there's what else? We have Strike King. There's a lot of good jig head options out there. But you know, for the price, in which you can get as many jig heads as come in a pack here, it's hard to beat it, man. They really get them for a quality decent price, and you know, it's a solid product. So we'll put these on the keeper side as well. All right, let's see. Got 3 more things in here still. So as you can see, you're getting a lot of product for $15. I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe we'll count it out after we're done. Another double rig here. This is just the 1/8 ounce jig heads. This is your Sparkle Beetles, and this is more like a it's not a chartreuse. This is more like a fire. We used to call it kind of like a red fire color. I'm not sure if it has the color on here. It doesn't look like it's got the color on here. But we used to This was a pretty popular color for us, more in the summertime though, spring, late spring into the summer. But another good double rig setup, guys. You know, this is very usable, very popular. You definitely can catch a lot of speckled trout with this setup. I like it. You can put this under, you can put these under a popping cork, or you can throw them alone, work them off the bottom. You can jig them a little bit, depending on what you're doing, where you're going. But it really does, with this cork option, you can toss this on your line. This, with the double rigs, you got a little weight to be able to cast a rod. So you be able to fish them on the top. They're not hitting on the top, take it off. You can throw some double rigs on the bottom. Got to figure it out. If you're just looking to come here and not spend too much money, so far, I like what this box has to offer. All right. Baby bull minnows. Okay. This is a new one for me, and it's a glow. This is your H&H again. It's all H&H. But let's pop this open real quick. I like this. This is your bull minnows, 10 in a pack. It's referred to them as bull minnows. It's glow, so it's going to shine there. Get a little light on it when it gets, you know, gets dark. Fishing either in late in the evening, at night, in some water that's darker. This will glow for you, so that's always a positive. The last thing in the box. Okay, let's see here. It's a 10 pack. It looks like some leaders. It says 10 in a pack. And now this may go hand in hand with your cork here. Let's see here. Yeah, this may go hand in hand with your cork. And why it wasn't weighted. So that's cool to see that they put a little thought into these boxes. Because that had me a little concerned there that there was no weight to the cork. But it looks like they're basically giving you a leader, ready rig is what they're calling it. Yeah, and this gives you a little weight here. So you can tie that on there. You can tie that on there. Tie your line, your main line there onto this, right? You can, now you have your clip down here. I'm not a big fan of clips, but these clips do give you an option to swap baits on and off much easier, right? Let's kick this back on. So, but now, and you see here, it's got a little weight on it. It looks like 1/4 ounce weight most likely on here. Let's see if it says it. I think it's a little 1/4 ounce weight, but now that makes sense because you have your jig head. You can put your jig head most likely on here. The lure of choice. You got your little weight there on your leader line. Put your cork above wrap your cork on your line, and then you could go. Now, so this cork not being weighted is makes a little more sense now, because in the box they had some leaders that were weighted. You got some jig heads that are weighted, so you have plenty weight now to cast your line. So that eases my concern a little bit with the cork. So we're gonna move the cork over to the side, a little bit better side there. I like it. I'm not a big fan of fishing with these type leaders unless I'm going for a specific type of fish, like shark or king mackerel. And I'll actually go with a little bit heavier leader than this. But that's really the only time that I like to use leaders, unless, you know, if I'm going for big bull reds. When I troll, I used to troll a lot, and I would use leaders like this a lot, but you're dragging them through the water pretty fast. Hard for the fish to see that you're using leaders. I'm just not a big fan of inshore fishing with leaders. I feel like the fish sees that, and it kind of puts them off a little bit. Some people swear by them. Some people love them. They catch really well on it. You know, to each their own. I'm not going to say anything to somebody else because I've seen guys catch plenty fish using leaders like this. And it looks like 2 come in a pack. What's in this box to get you started to start catching some fish? Now, I'm not saying this is going to get you enough stuff and enough options for if you're there for weeks upon weeks, or you know, you're moving there full time. But if you're just coming for a short period of time, for the weekend, for a quick vacation, you wanted to grab a box of some saltwater stuff, give you some options, kind of give you the things that maybe you don't know exactly what you need to use while you're in a location that you don't fish too often. Hey, this isn't a bad option. It basically gets you set up, you know, the basics to get you what you need to start fishing. So, Gulf Coast Saltwater Fishing Kit, get you a good view on that. But it says GoldenEye jig heads. I didn't see any GoldenEye jig heads in here by Matrix Shad. I do see the Matrix Shad. I didn't see any Matrix Shad in this box. Maybe other boxes. Maybe that's what's kind of cool about it. Maybe it's, you know, it's like a variety kit. Maybe we pick up another box and check it out. Basically, I didn't no TKO shrimp in here. I didn't see, but other boxes may have TKO shrimp. You know, so obviously H&H Lure Company, Spec Line. I didn't get none of that. Now I'm not sure if this is just sponsors of the box, but he says in the box here, Pop and Float, GoldenEye jig heads, TKO shrimp, Magnum Spec Rib, Matrix Shad, H&A Cockahoe Minnow, Cheater Jig, Sparkle Beetle, Rattleized jig heads, usual suspect. So this is, it looks like it's just, these are some things that you can expect to be in the box. They might not all have this in this box, and I'd be curious to check out another box and see if it's, the variety is a little different. I'd imagine it is. So, but overall, look, basics. Overall, if you're just looking to come down and do a little bit of fishing and you want something where you ain't gonna break the bank, it's not a bad option. It actually surprised me. If you notice here on the keep side, I kept a lot of stuff that I would honestly like to take out and use myself, especially some of these baits here, this color with this pink or the shrimp Creole look. Really love this tiger and green chartreuse with the black tuxedo double rig. There's some great options. You get a lot of good jig heads, another set of double rigs. Now these rattleized jig heads are interesting. I mean, I've never used them. That doesn't mean they don't work. They do have some weight to them, so it wouldn't be bad to. This wouldn't be bad to throw a Matrix Shad on or something and work that off the bottom in a deeper area, like I mentioned earlier. But yeah, you know, it'd be intriguing to fish it. But overall, I'm gonna give it a positive rating. I really think it's worth the money. You can't go wrong. $15. I mean, you do the math on this. How much you would spend if you bought all this individually? It says $35 value. Man, I may even say a little more than that, to be honest with you, at certain places. So you get a heck of a value for $15. To like the videos, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate it. We're having a lot of fun on the channel. We're doing a lot of fishing, doing a lot of different things, and we have a lot of different ideas and things coming up in the future. So feel free to drop some comments below if you have something that you want to see me review, or you want to go over, you want to do a product review. I'm open for anything. I enjoy talking fishing 24/7, so feel free to reach out and say, hey Josh, I've seen this product. Can you do a product review for me on these corks, on these lines? I would love to do that. I don't mind doing that at all. This is it's just a lot of fun to me to be able to talk fishing. So, well, with that being said, guys, you know what I'm going to say next. You guys have a good day and keep casting.